Guess who's back? Your man, Malcolm Morrow, Music Money School. You know how we're rocking on the channel with just seven free stock plugins. You can sound just like Gunna into the song Arizona. Let's get to it. Before we rocking to the vocal chain, first of all, man, shout out to Music Money School, everybody that's been following the channel since day one. If you're new to the family, check it out, man. We got an awesome YouTube channel all about giving stuff away for free completely. This is not about me, my music, or what I do or whatever. This is about you. We at musicmindschool.com, we provide everything away for free for you to make music and make money. Check out musicmindschool.com, subscribe to the channel, of course, and it's free for you, but it really helps me out. It really helps us out into understanding. It's always cool to do something and have one more subscriber. So make sure you do that. Let's rock with the vocal chain. Now this is a free vocal chain, so you don't need to actually follow along the video. However, there's a password to the download file, which I will be revealing the password throughout the video. I will provide a timestamp in the description to the part of the video where I actually reveal the password. However, if you want to make this vocal chain to sound good to you, you gotta follow along, because you need to understand how to knob stuff. Let's see what the vocal chain sounds like with the plugins and without the plugins.
Me was we members on Argentina in California. We was Bentley beat flown out the street, play one of our songs, yeah. If I give a beat, now the fuck what beat John Z, we gone. Bass more shit like this noise, swerving around the store.
Alright, so that's what it sounds like with the plugins, without the plugins. Now this is a pretty long vocal chain. I'm so damn excited to show how that works, how that's done, how that's achieved. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff, plus an awesome free plugin which doesn't come with Logic, but I'll show you how to get that. And this is without the plugins. Now check this out, man. Anytime I do my lesson, my vocal chain lesson, I always try to record my vocal the worst I can to see to show you how you can turn something that's really bad into something that's good, ready to put on SoundCloud, YouTube, and all these platforms, so you can get your music out into the world. Even though the world is fucked up, right, you can still make it good with your music, right? So these are the plugins, these are the buses. Let's start with the channel EQ. Let's get it. With the noise gate, the first thing I do is I put a noise gate. The noise gate, what it does is basically trying to remove all the vacancies and everything that's going on in the background. So this is my preset. You can check this out. I haven't done much to it. However, there's a little bit of work in it. What you want to make sure, the way you use the noise gate is essentially, you need to make sure that this is basically doing this. All right, basically check it out. Close, open, close, open. You see, between the two words, what's going on, the noise gate is trying to remove the noise between the two words, but there's nothing in between. That's the noise gate, vocal plugin number one. The two is this, the big news. This from now on, every vocal chain that I provide, I will always give you an alternative to Logic free plugins. This is one of them. Now this one is an awesome plugin. I put a link in the description for you to go and check it out. It's not completely free, meaning there's a premium version, but the way it works is crazily awesome. Now Gunna in the song Arizona, it does have, of course, plugins, a pitch correction, but because it's kind of singing, California, so it's very melodic. If you trying to make a song that's melodic, what you want to do, of course, is you want to make sure that you have a tonality you can pitch shift later with the pitch shifter, with the pitch correction. So you want to make sure that you are in harmony before you use pitch correction. You see, nowadays pitch correction is used not only to make your vocal to sound, you know, in tune, in key, but it's also used, you know, to make sure that it's a robotic sound that we like. It's not just to make your singing, you know, in tune with the beat. You know what I'm saying? Now this beat is an R&B beat, I guess. Yeah, I would call it R&B. And by the way, we have a video, my 50 favorite 90s R&B chord progressions. I basically walk you through, if you're an artist that records music, you should learn to play your guitar. In this video, I show you exactly how to make any chord progression R&B. You can implement this with our brand new channel called Chords by Web Money School, where I actually play the guitar and I show you how you can do that too. All right, so now next up we have a pitch correction. And I wanted to show you how this works. So basically the way this works is essentially, it's crazy easy, right? If you can see over here, there's a thing that's going on right here. Now this is basically trying to get the tonality of your vocals, and the way you use it is basically you just move this up and down to make sure that you are in key. I wouldn't do anything much to it. I'll provide a link in the description to actually how to use this plugin, but the basic understanding of it, that you need to see, that you see where this goes, and you see the tonality of your vocal. All right, so that's basically just to make your voice to be in tune with the beat. Pitch correction, that's the third plugin. Check it out. Pitch correction. If you never mix a vocal chain and this is your first time mixing or whatever, pitch correction is pretty easy to use. D sharp, this is the key of the beat, so you gotta put it over here, and then you gotta make sure that you find the scale the beat it's in, the key, and then you have the scale. You can be in C and that's the key, but you need to understand the scale, which can be minor, major. I found natural minor scale to work perfect for this type of beat, and the response is how robotic is doing the work. Check it out. Less robotic, more robotic. Alright, so that's pitch correction. Let's go with plugin number 4. Hey, yo, check it out. Before we move any further, once again, this vocal chain is completely free for you to download. There's a link in the description. You don't need to watch the rest of the video. However, that's a password to it I will be revealing soon, so stick for that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really means a lot to have one more subscriber to Music Money School channel. The vocal chain is going to be available on the website. The download time is about 1.5 minutes. You're gonna click and you're gonna be redirected to pump your sound. You do your things to get the plugin, and you will be you know, and the downloadable vocal chain is going to be available for you. Let's move on with the next plugin, which is going to be the channel EQ. Now once again, if you haven't mixed a vocal chain never in your life, a vocal never in your life, check it out. Channel EQ is basically where the magic happens. All in all, what happens with the channel EQ, this is really magic because you can really take out a frequency and, you know, add frequency, things that you don't like and things that you like. Now for this vocal chain, I put 2 channel EQ and I'll show you the difference of both of them. So basically this is just a template that I use, Bright Vocal, and all you have to do, man, is like pretty simple. It's really simple. Just take out some of the lows, boost over here, just take out those frequency over here, and then just boost just a little bit over here and reduce over here. Now if you can see, I'm basically boosting where I removed it before, and then I subtract what I basically added before, just to make this balance between the channel EQ and what I'm doing with my frequencies. All right, so this is with very muddy, right? Clean, bright. Okay, so you can check out my presets over here, but don't worry, this is going to be available for you to download for free. Now the way you want to use channel EQ for your vocal, I guess this channel EQ is going to work perfectly for your vocal. However, if you're trying to replicate that type of sound of Gunna in the song Argentina, and you just want to make it more your way, you can take out more of the lows and make it more airy if you want, if you will. Like it depends on how you record it, because if there's a lot of mud in your vocal, you want to have this, you can bring it up to 180 if you want to. But it works perfect for me. I would leave these frequencies and everything that I've done just as it is, but this is what you want to do. I hope by now you know how to use these plugins. The noise gate is really simple. You just use the default and you leave it like that. This plugin, this awesome free plugin, it's really easy to use. However, I'll put a link in the description for a tutorial so you understand how to get this and how to actually use it. But it basically helps you harmonize your vocal. And then with the pitch correction, you just put your key and your scale, and you need to fuck with the scale until you find what is good to you. Use your ears, so trying to close your eyes, leave your mind be, because your mind is really it's like, you know, monkey see monkey do. This is how it works up here. So you see things, you get doubtful or you don't know what's going on, so use your ears connected to your heart to see what sounds good. And then next up we got the channel EQ. Let's move on to the compressor. Now the compressor is crazily awesome to use. It compresses your vocal, especially for beginners. Now when I record myself vocals, I mean, you know, I record, right? So this is what I do, and I record a lot, and you know, I know how it basically works, so I know how to record my vocal consistent, so it's pretty dynamic. However, if you're in the beginning stage, you may not know how that's done, and what it means is that the compressor is going to help you out about that, because it's going to make your waveform pretty dynamics. Now if you can see the dynamic of the vocal of the audio that you just recorded, what you want to do, you just basically go up here and you go to gain and up this, move this up until you can clearly see the differences between, you know, a phrase and another one, if another one is louder and another one is quieter. However, the compressor is going to help you have a dynamic vocal. That's the compressor. I use the Edge vocal preset. You see what you're doing. It's really subtle, but subtle is significant. So if you record your vocal like I told you, forgetting about this and using your heart, you will be more you will be better in your delivery of your vocal. And the way you use the compressor is pretty easy. All you need to understand that these guys, you need to leave it like that. If you rapping, this is crazily good, because attack has to be straight. When we rap, you gotta have that the attack pretty fast. The release is the same. I mean, these guys, you leave it like that. Auto gain, put that auto gain off. For the threshold, the ratio is 2.2. What is basically saying the 2.2 is the reduction, how the compressor is going to compress. The threshold and the makeup are the two knobs that you need to understand. The threshold is basically when is going to happen, when the compressor is going to happen. At that moment, the compressor is going to start compressing, and the makeup is usually making up for whatever the threshold is taking out. Meaning over here I'm doing about 4 dB reduction, so I'm making that up with the makeup knob to 4 dB. You feel me? Let's go with the Exciter. The Exciter is an awesome plugin. What it's doing is basically give more excitement to your vocal. It's really important, especially for rap vocals. And Gunna definitely use an Exciter. All you want to do is actually use my preset. You don't have to do nothing to it. If you want to really understand it, maybe what you can do is fuck with the frequency. So when it's gonna actually excite the vocal, at what frequency range is going to excite the vocal. Now, before we move on to the next plugin, big shout out to Music Money School channel. We are a YouTube channel that we provide stuff away for free all time, one time a week, both for recording artists or for producer. And both of you guys can be part of the Music Money School family. Join what we call called Jackpot 24. Jackpot 24 is a course that's gonna have you access all musicmoneyschool.com assets, all the vocal chain premium stuff, all the MIDI and waves files and samples that we don't freely share, with everybody. And you're gonna also get access to Jackpot 24, which is basically a 24 months kind of battle plan to start making money with your music. If you're a recording artist, you can make $2,000 a month with your music. And this is what we like to call Jackpot 24. It starts off with starting a website, blog type of website, have your music as a main medium to make money. It's gonna take a little bit of work, a little bit of written form, because you have to be a writer. You're a recording artist, so you don't have that problem. But get access to it and be happy with your music. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make money with the stuff that you create. That was about the Exciter. Let's go with the buses. So, boom. Now, a cool thing in vocal mixing is the use of buses. Now, the use of buses is kind of at the beginning stage, you don't really understand it, but it's basically taking just another track, put some plugins on it, and send however much you want of your vocal to that bus track and do that type of mixing. We start with bus number 1, which is going to be the spreader. Now the spreader, it just makes your vocal a little bit wider, and this is what it sounds with, and this is what it sounds without. Check it out.
We members on Argentina in California. We was Bentley beef flown out the street play 101.
Very subtle, but it's significant. Check it out. What I'm saying subtle is significant, it really is significant in life in general. Little small changes, you starting a website today to make money with your music, it's a really subtle it's really a subtle change in your life. It's not gonna change anything tomorrow when you wake up in the morning, but it will at the end of it. Now, basically what happens is that in mixing is the same thing. You want to make subtle changes, because when you apply the master track, which is going to bring your vocal to a whole new level of loudness, people are very distracted, man. There's a lot of social media, there's a lot of stuff in your beautiful thing, so you're really distracted, really good. If you between 24 and 28 or 18, 24, you're really good at being distracted. Now, what that basically means is that we need to make stuff louder to catch people's attention. Now, when you put an exciter and when you put a spreader, make your vocal spread just a little bit, but when you put the master and make your vocal really loud, it's gonna actually, those subtle changes that you done, in your mixing is gonna come useful when you master, because it's gonna make it louder, but better, but wider. That's bus number 1. Bus number 2, before we get to bus number 2, which is a pretty cool thing we like to call delay. I also want to say, man, that from the website, there's a little icon right here on top. It's going to take you to Instagram. We are on Instagram. Have you seen us on Instagram? If you haven't done so, go check us out and see what we share stuff on Instagram too. So let's get to the stereo delay. Now the stereo delay, it's definitely something I love to use. I use it in one of my first courses that I actually did, how to make a beat, a sample hip hop beat, just using a sample and a stereo delay to push your sample behind the drums. This is how I actually learned how to use stereo delay. Now the stereo delay, it really depends on the velocity and the BPM of your song. However, what happens with the stereo delay is that you want to learn how to use it, the basic understanding of it. Once you put this on, you make sure that you have these two at 1/4 and 1/8 for this type of vocal. I use this, which is the user default, and all I did is to make sure that I had left a little bit at 28 and 90 on the right. That just because most people are right-handed, so they are not that sensible on the right side, and they are way more sensible on the left side, so I had to balance that out. These are my presets. You can check this out, but the downloadable file has a password. This is free, but hold on to that because I'm gonna get to the bass sword in just a moment, once we get to bus number 3. Bus number 3 is another cool thing. By the way, for the stereo delay, I did use a channel EQ just to clean up, you know, the delay happening in the background. Also a spreader once again to make, you know, the delay now spread. Why are we doing this? Check it out. We record the stuff in mono. If you go to a studio, when I hit the studio, when I have my recording artist, we record in stereo because we have most fancy stuff and all that stuff. But we home-based recording artists, once again, I can hit the studio every day. I don't do that for a living. I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't go to the studio every day, meaning that when I want to record a song, I'm home. Most likely I'm in the toilet, you know, so I get out of the toilet, I'm in my kitchen, and I want to record. So I don't have to wait to go to the studio. Hence, I record in mono all the time for my mixtape, for my songs, anything I do, these vocal chain, when I record the other people music, and basically I record in mono. When we record in mono, the problem is it's good for rap because you want to have a mono, meaning just one straight. If you don't know the difference, that's what the difference is. Mono is straight, stereo is stereo. So when we use spreader and these type of stuff just to make the mono recording stereo, this is why we're using these plugins. That's for the stereo delay. So I'm taking the delay, I'm cleaning it up, and I'm making it stereo. Next up, we got bus number 4, fellas. Let's go with the, this is another free plugin, ComBear. I put a link in the description to get this awesome plugin. This is what it's doing.
We members on Argentina and California. We was Bentley beef flown out the street, play one of our songs.
You can even see it, you can even hear it or see it. I like that. You can see it in your face, but it's there. It's there. Alright, so this is an awesome plugin you wanna have in your arsenal. These two plugins, man, are crazily good, free to use. This one is completely free to use. I use the vocal punch preset. Make sure to use just a vocal preset and don't ever touch these stuff. Otherwise, if you want to know how that's done, how that's used, put a comment in the section. While you at it, if you haven't done so already, what you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. And for more videos like this, man, make sure to check out our channel, you know, musicmoneyschool.com. We have everything on the website. Few links in the description. This was just a quick, easy way to make your sound, to make your vocals sound really good, really professional, so you can proudly, you know, share it with the world, make it a better place. The world is fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, it's completely out of place, you know. People with a little bit of common sense should sit down and watch it and see this madness that's going on. However, with your music, you can just zone out, make fun of it, try to make a sense of what you can, and these plugins will definitely help you make your inner voice sound better if you want to. And because we have these stuff that we use to record, you know, to record the vocals that sometimes at home with a lot of noise, a lot of stuff, tend to get all the goodness of our vocals out of our vocals. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you right back next week. As always, peace out. See ya.